to a slope appropriately called Trill Grit on Waterville Valley's Mount Tecumseh. The National Championship of Exhibition Skiing was designed to find out who are the hottest skiers in the country, and hot skiers from all over North America came to be judged. In the amateur category, competitors were entered in 6 different age groups, with qualifying heats run on 2 weekends. These are some of the amateurs who finished among the top 10 and who skied on the final day with the pros. The overall amateur champion was 17-year-old Bobby Morrow from Rutland, Massachusetts, who earned a total judges' award of 63 points out of the total 100 points possible. But exhibition, or hot skiing in its truest form, really takes place every day of the skiing season at nearly every ski area in the country. And recently it's been noted that the youngest new generation of skiers has extended the idea of hotshot skiing to include synchronization. According to Waterville's Paul Fosey, this is where it all started.
We established a freestyle class as a program in our school, and that gave us the idea that that should be a competition.
Every mountain has at least one hotshot and his imitators.
He has to ski very loose, very free, very aggressive. He has to attack each obstacle. And there are a lot of people who really will decide, okay, I want to do that too, and maybe turn out to be great. In this kind of skiing, professionals and amateurs, professionals are way ahead, but we don't know how long.
I would think it has more spectator appeal in racing because more people can associate with being a hot dog skier or a trick skier than being a racer.
Of course, in attempting to associate too soon, the aspiring hot dog may sometimes overextend himself.
The average skier which comes on a weekend to the ski area is the type of a skier which would come into this kind of a field of skiing, using your own expression, using your own imagination on your skis.
And so March 8th became a day of judgment in the world of hotshot skiing. It's easy enough when you're on your own, but a contest on one mountain is something else altogether.
We're really looking for artists on skis who can go fast on challenging slopes.
The words of Skiing Magazine editor and head judge Doug Pfeiffer.
There's $10,000 at stake here. This is what these guys are after. Secondly, it's a pioneer event to open up a whole new competition. There's no hold bar. Go, fellas, and show us what you can do.
And Michigan's Bill Peterson could hardly wait.
You have to be flexible. You have to be able to handle the situation as it comes up. And especially when you're talking about this type of skiing versus the racing. That's why racing has no spectator appeal, because everything is so controlled. When you get very, very turned on, there's that little edge of pushing yourself to the limit. And to push yourself that far, you have to watch other aggressive skiers ski and get turned on.
And you can be sure one of those Bill Peterson was watching closely was Bob Singley of Winter Park, Colorado, who was to eventually finish right behind him in 5th place.
There are a lot of guys here that are really turned on about doing some fantastic skiing, and this is the first time that all the hottest skiers in the country have ever been put on one hill together to knock everybody's eyes out, and there's going to be the wildest stuff happening. It's such a wild realm to be able to express yourself in jumps and leaps and wild turns and even falls. You have a fall about 150 yards and you go end over end for a long time, and you make it, and you just feel really good. You get really loose. We've all skied together on different occasions, but never has it been a competitive thing, and this is what is really wild. Finally, it's come down to it that normally each skier has his own area. That's his hill. They're not thrown against each other very often. But today, we're going to see who gets it on.
We want to see them come down the mountain fast, get off the bumps with alacrity, do something in the air, challenge the mountain, make an interplay of themselves with the mountain, and really make it something of a contest of man and mountain.
Ken Toffrey of Ludlow, Vermont, was virtually unknown in national ski competition until he staged just such a contest between man and mountain. Both spectators and judges were impressed by his exciting performance, and only Ken seemed surprised at his winning second place in the event. As part owner of a ski shop in Ludlow, Ken was able to grab only 2 days of practice before the event. He spent them loosening up.
I went to an area that was nowhere near as steep as True Grit, but it had a few moguls on it, something I could get in shape on. I think if it wasn't for my friends at home, I probably wouldn't even thought of coming up here. I might have thought of coming up as a spectator, but I don't really think I would have thought of entering. I've probably fallen maybe 5 other times this year. The worst thing that could happen is to have a ski dive right straight into a mogul and not come out. I don't really plan the whole trail out on the way down. I look approximately 20 feet ahead of me. On my third run, I had planned on doing a flip. Whether I pulled it off, I didn't really care because I had a couple of good runs in before.
I've seen good skiers before in trick skiing, but this is stuff that, well, you just don't see. These guys are doing tricks that I've never seen before, and so much faster than I've ever seen any trick skiing done before.
High-speed run takes a lot of energy out of you. You can imagine if you go through this mogul in this tremendous speed, you have so much pressure in your legs and your feet, and you have to absorb that. You give everything. You really give what you have.
There's a time limit, but it is only there to discourage them from dawdling. To come down and make a nice continuous run.
Their runs were continuous. The dawdling was non-existent.
If he gets wildly out of control and suddenly pulls himself back together again and makes a startling recovery, this enhances the excitement, and it could work to his advantage, rather.
The competition attracted both well-known hotshot skiers and the not-so-well-known, but equally enthusiastic amateurs. 21-year-old Wayne Wong of Vancouver, British Columbia, raised just enough money from his student council to fly, bus hop, hitchhike, and otherwise drag himself the 3,000 miles to Waterville, where he proceeded to carry out a somewhat unorthodox attack on the mountain.
I've invented this new trick that I've never seen anybody do. I'm calling it a Harvey Wong banger, because I run head on into a mogul, go up into a tip stand, and flip right out of it and land on my feet again. I've made it over completely standing up about 4 or 5 times out of maybe 10 or 15 times I've tried it.
Wayne perfected his unique approach to skiing back home in Vancouver.
After teaching, I usually go out and freak out in the hill for a couple of hours because you get so uptight teaching. It just builds up, and you have to have some sort of release. In exhibition skiing, everybody goes all out and they're on the verge of crashing all the time.
Wayne's philosophy on skiing moguls is hang low.
Challenge is if you can rise up in time before you get nailed on the next bump.
The wheelies and Wong bangers were challenge enough, but in the actual event, Wayne also performed some unexpected tricks, like losing a ski on his last run.
It's going to be really exciting because I'm really looking forward to ski with all those big name guys, especially coming from Canada and a small little mountain.
Third place and $1,000 richer.
There are some contestants who will come down that mountain and go very fast and put on a fine performance, but they will not show the imagination in using the terrain to its utmost potential, nor will they show that they've used themselves to the utmost potential.
Presumably, Doug Pfeiffer was not referring to well-known professional skier Susie Chaffee, who was representing Hart Skis in the Eileen Ford Modeling Agency. Hart was happy, but Eileen should have been thrilled.
I've been specialized most of my life in the racing, and right now I'm diversifying and trying to find out if I have any other talents. Basically, I've been concentrating on doing a ballet on skis, incorporating things from other sports. After racing, you get so tired of it, and to just ski down a slope didn't do anything for me. So when I got into this creative thing, I really got turned on.
Susie Chaffee had beauty and grace, but Stratton Scott Howe had a stowaway named Vince Clark. It's a little hairy, says Vince.
I know just about how he skis different terrain, and sometimes, I can peek over his shoulder and see what's happening. It's really rough. Like if we take 6 runs, I'm about as tired as if we would be skiing all day on a pair of single skis.
If you want to come down fast, straight down the mountain, That's your prerogative. But you must do it with good style and good grace and good control, so that you're not endangering yourself unnecessarily or others.
An important part of the judging criteria was time spent in the air.
I like to jump and I like to be in the air. It's exciting for me no matter how I am in the air, upside down or straight up. Whenever there's a chance, I will take it. I think it's less dangerous than downhill racing, that's for sure. Because you don't have a course, you can pick your own line. So therefore you have ways out of difficulties.
The words of Bromley's Herman Gollner, the man who became the first national champion of exhibition skiing.
I think in the first half section, everybody is almost forced into the same situation, that it's very steep, big moguls. The best trick is to keep your skis together and make it down all right. And then there's the transition where it goes into a little bit flatter area. And there, we have the nice rolls and bumps. There you can use your own imagination and your own freedom.
Herman's own brand of free skiing involved being airborne a good part of the time. But more importantly, each of his runs incorporated imaginative and exciting acrobatics with consistently smooth, hot skiing.
Many people don't have the opportunity to start out when they were very young with coaching, so they never got going in racing, but they sure love to go out and have a ball on skis. And this is actually what we are going to demonstrate, how to really have a ball on skis and really enjoy yourself.
And indeed, it seemed like everyone enjoyed themselves, competitors and spectators alike, in this, the first national championship of exhibition skiing. A pioneer event with an exciting future.
There was a three-way tie for third place in the professional category, and as we had explained, we were going to take their two best runs and add up the points for all five judges to see if that would not break the tie. In this case, it did, and in fifth place with 76 points is Bob Singley.
I'm really excited to be a part of it. I'm happy that it's happened. I'm really proud that somebody has finally taken the incentive to announce that there's another criterion in skiing besides racing, because more people, I think, are interested in the pleasure aspect.
Also with 76 points is Bill Peterson, representing the Hart Ski Company. And Henky Booth.
Well, I've been racing on the professional circuit all this winter, and this is turning me on much more than that has all year.
Third place with 77 points from Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada, representing Vancouver City College, Wayne Wong.
There's not really any limit to what you can do as long as the equipment keeps changing.
Second place with 81 points, Ken Toffery of Ludlow, Vermont.
As an Olympic competition, I think it could build up to that. I think it's exciting enough, and I think the people would enjoy it. I really do.
First place in the professional category with 89 points, representing the Bromley ski area, Hart Skis, Henky Boots, Trolley Bindings, Herman Gollner.
I can assume that spectators rather watch what they can do by themselves than what's beyond their ability. And that's why I think this kind of competition could have a great future.
I think it has very exciting possibilities. There are a number of us who feel that there's so much potential in terms of spectator appeal that the event could become an Olympic event. It certainly won't make the Olympic calendar in 1972 or 76, but it might in 1980.